Hi, book lovers. I thought that I'd better make a video since I started this group, but I didn't even post a video about what I'm reading. I'm a little embarrassed by that. So I got my 2 books I'm reading right now, and I thought that I would just discuss them briefly. The first one is a business book, and it's really not, it's actually, to me, it's really interesting, but it's probably not all that interesting to some of you maybe. It is called How to Buy, Sell, and Profit on eBay, and it's by Adam Ginsberg. I can never get this right. And there he is. And I actually met him a couple of years ago at the same seminar I met Sandy Grayson. And talked with him, and he told me he was just about to put out this book, so I actually ended up getting his book. He is a like an eBay whiz kid. He makes $1 million a month on eBay, or he was at that time. I don't know if he's still as focused or active on eBay, but it's interesting. It's sort of his story about eBay and the best ways to utilize eBay if you want to have an eBay business. And you know, we're looking at multiple streams of income, and it's one of the things I'm checking out. And it's actually quite an interesting book. It's a very easy read with lots of stories, and I'm just sort of enjoying it. I'm kind of an eBay newbie. I bought a few things, but I've never sold anything, and I don't really understand the whole process. And I know that a lot of people are utilizing eBay, and especially in the real estate world. So it's something that, and you know, we're going to be starting a real estate auction company, and eBay is an auction company, so I'm checking it out, and I'm enjoying it, learning a lot. Okay, now into the good stuff. Okay, I think everybody knows by now I'm reading Eat, Pray, Love, and I love this book, and I'm wondering if anybody else out there who's gotten it has had a chance to get started with it. I know a lot of you that are reading it are reading piles of other books as well, so you might not have had time to get into this one yet, but I really like the book. It's really speaking to me deeply. When I was in my early 20s, I saw this movie called Shirley Valentine. I think that's what it was called. And it was about a woman who lived in, I believe she lived in England. And she just got fed up with her husband one day, and she just decided she was going to move to Greece. And so she moves to Greece and gets a job. I can't remember the movie too well. It was like 20 years ago that I saw it. And she's working, I think, at a restaurant or a bar, and she just sort of has a much simpler life with so much less stress and responsibilities, and starts to relax and unwind and enjoy life and find the simple pleasures of life and watching a sunset and sitting on a beach. And this movie just sort of captivated me, and it awakened this yearning in me to travel. I've never really left the States. That's not entirely true. I've traveled quite a bit through Canada, and I've gone into Tijuana, which is not Mexico in my opinion. It's just, I don't know what it is. But I haven't really traveled the way I want to. I traveled Western Canada, and I've traveled in Toronto and in some places back there, and I've traveled across the States, but I've never gone to Europe or Australia or Africa or the Middle East or anywhere else that I want to go. So anyway, it really awoken this passion in me to want to travel. And then I started having this fantasy that I wanted to move to Greece for 2 years and write a book. And that was my fantasy for a really long time. And every time life would get hectic, I would think, I'm just going to run away. I'm just going to go to Greece, I'm going to write a book, and I'm just going to run away. So then, fast forward many years, my dad died, and after I sold his house, after I remodeled and sold his house, I had not a lot of cash, but I had some cash. And I was looking for a job at the time because I really didn't know what I was going to do. I had just graduated from computer school with a computer science degree, and the tech bubble had just burst in San Francisco, and so jobs were really hard to find, and I'd been out of work for almost a year taking care of my father's affairs and remodeling his house and getting all of that stuff taken care of. And I was having a hard time getting back into the workforce, and I didn't know what to do. So I actually went on a lot of interviews and couldn't decide what I really wanted to be doing. My background previous to going to computer school had been in accounting, and I'd owned my own bookkeeping business for many years, as well as being a life coach and a professional organizer. So I had quite a bit of different options available to me, and I really didn't know where I was going to land or end up. And I was getting sick of interviewing. It wasn't feeling right, and I actually made the decision I was going to go on one more interview, and they actually called me back for a second interview. And so I just kind of put it out there that, okay, if I get this job, I'm going to take it. It was a job with the city of Palo Alto. It was quite a good job as a senior accountant. And or I was going to go to Italy. And I was going to go to Italy for a year to Rome because I have a friend that lives in Rome. And so I had this plan. And as it turned out, I ended up getting the job. So I didn't go to Italy. But so when I'm reading this, and I'm reading about her going to Italy and just falling in love with life and food and experiences and fountains and just life in general, it really just, it awakened something in my heart that I have this real longing for. So I'm really loving this book, and I'm savoring it. I'm reading it really slowly, which is surprisingly, because I'm like lingering over the words, really taking them in and loving them. And so I just got to the part where she's in India, and I'm enjoying that. I haven't gotten too far into that, so I don't know too much about that experience yet, but I'm really loving this book, and it's really speaking to me, and it's really awakening a lot of longings in me to want to travel and to explore and to see the world. It's definitely a deep-rooted desire in me. So anyway, that is my story of Eat, Pray, Love. And I don't always love her writing style. I'm curious what other people think. I don't always think her humor is that funny, but I love her vulnerability. I love how authentic and how true and how vulnerable she's willing to be in her writing. That really moves me a lot. Like I said, sometimes her humor is a little, I don't know, it doesn't quite resonate with me, but I love her writing style, and I love the sense of how she's captured it, and I feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm on the streets in Italy, and I'm in the restaurants, and I'm on the trains, and I'm just really loving it. So, okay, anyway, that's all. I don't care if you guys are listening to audiobooks. Talk about your audiobooks. I listen to audiobooks all day long, too, so I'll probably talk about some of those next. But, you know, it's not necessary it be in print, so share what you're listening to, even if you're listening to Hay House Radio and you're learning stuff, which I always forget to do, and then I hear you guys talk about it, and I'm like, why aren't I listening to Hay House Radio? But I just always seem to forget, although sometimes I go back and I do listen to the archives of some shows. I've listened to some Cheryl Richardson and Sonia Choquette, which I do enjoy listening to. And I haven't really listened to any Doreen Virtue. I'm going to have to check her out, especially with all the discussion going on about angels. I really don't know much about angels. This is how much I don't know. I believe that they're referenced to the Bible and that there are angels in the Bible, but this tells you how stupid I am that I just don't know. And so it's just not something that resonates with me, but I hear you guys all talking about them, and it's piquing my curiosity. So I may have to delve into that a little bit and see what this angel realm is all about. I'm not sure that I believe in them or not. That's not discounting what you guys believe, but I just haven't had the experiences yet to learn much about them, so I'm curious. So actually, if you guys have a good angel book recommendation to kind of get an overview of what this whole belief is and what angels are and what they do, and I don't even know. I don't think they're human. I don't know if they're gods. I'm not sure what they are. I guess they're angels. Anyway, enough of that. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.